Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Charlie, and it has been a good moment since I have made a video or even went live. So here I am. Of course, I've had people say, we haven't seen you live, we haven't seen you make a video. So here I am. And I have often shared with you guys that whether I go live, whether I make a video, any content that I bring or choose to discuss um, is for me first. So I was going through some notes and I found something that I did on the Mika in the Morning show when I was a part of that show. And I had a coffee with Charlie segment on there. And so I actually did this April the 28th of 2021, so earlier this year. And I'm going to read what I did then as I read it on the air at that time, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So let's get into coffee with Charlie. That's hot, but good. So, Proverbs 23 and 7 tells us, and this is the King James Version, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. And that's the only part of that scripture that I put there, but there is another part to that scripture. Who are you? Who do you think you are, really? When you look in the mirror, do you like who you see? Who defines you for you? Are you comfortable in your skin? What you think of yourself matters. Allowing television, the big screen, and social media to define you may be a false definition of self. Find your true self and get to know you. Then give you to the world. But how? How can you find your true self? Look in the mirror, literally. If you don't like who you see, vow not to be him or her any longer. Shed off the old skin. You can create and say daily affirmations. You can make healthier choices, and not just for your physical health, but your emotional health, mental health, and your spiritual health. You may need to leave some places and people behind with no explanation. If you can think it, you can be it. Manifest it. I believe it was said by Lyle Cha. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. You are who you say you are. Whether you steal the idea of you from a false source or bring into fruition your true self from the very pits of your mind and your soul. So, who are you? Are you really the girl in the club? Are you really the preacher in the pulpit? Are you really the businessman in the suit and tie? Whose dream are you living out loud? Taking a turn on life's path, finding your true self, and walking into your true destiny may take some time. You didn't become who you are overnight, false or not. Give yourself grace to walk into your destiny. Just walk. Walk away from your false self and walk into your true self. You have the power to think into existence the man or woman you want to see in the mirror. So let's unfold that a little bit. Like I said, I wrote that out and did that for a Coffee with Charlie segment on the Mika in the Morning show. And the Mika in the Morning show is still on air, just FYI. She runs Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. on KBOB 89.9 FM radio in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She's my girl, so I got to shout her out. We did not stop breaking bread because I'm no longer on the show, and that is not what defined our friendship. So that's my girl, so I got to shout out her show. Y'all should check her out. Anyway, let's unwrap this just a little bit. So as I said, Proverbs 23 and 7 says, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So you can literally think of yourself and see yourself as someone greater than who you are or where you are. And some of us can think ourselves into a stupor. Some of us can think so lowly of ourselves or allow our minds to play tricks on us and assume that this person or that person is thinking a certain way about us. And in fact, they aren't. We've just allowed for our minds to take us there. And the word of the Lord tells us to cast down every imagination. And sometimes that's exactly what we have to do. We have to cast down these imaginations that we have. And we have to look at what really is reality in our lives. Okay? So it says, who are you? Who do you think you are really? When you look in the mirror, do you like who you see? For the most part, I do like who I see when I look in the mirror. But there are some things about myself that even on this day, I want to change. I feel like need to change. And guess what? No one has the power to change that except for me. No one can change that for me except for me. So those things that I don't like physically, that I physically see when I look in the mirror, no one can fix that except for me. So I feel like I need to lose some weight. I feel like I've gained weight that I no longer want to carry. And again, no one can fix that for me but me. And it's not about people saying, oh, girl, you're beautiful just the way you are. Girl, you look good. Okay, I know I look good. I ain't saying that I don't, even with the weight. I'm not saying that I don't look good, but I personally don't like it. So I can only be the one who personally fixes it and does something about it. And so that's kind of what I mean in that aspect. Do you really like who you see in the mirror? Do you like yourself physically? Do you like yourself even how you, not just physically, but the life that you live? Are you satisfied with the life that you live? Are you happy in your life? And if not, what things do you need to do for yourself to become satisfied with your own life? What things do you need to do for yourself to become happy with your own life, right? Because happiness is circumstantial. And so you have to take control of the circumstances in your life so that you can be happy with your life. Now, joy, that's a different thing, right? The world didn't give you joy and the world can't take it away. Our joy comes from our Heavenly Father, right? And that comes from a sense and state of being connected to Him. But our happiness is definitely situational, circumstantial. And so we have to be mindful of the situations we allow ourselves to be in the circumstances that we're in, right? So I said, who defines you for you? Are you comfortable in the skin that you're in? And not even necessarily, again, your physical skin. Are you comfortable in that skin? But who defines you for you? Are you a happy housewife because you want to be a housewife and you're happy doing that, and it's you feel like it's your life's journey, your life's calling to serve in that capacity, to be a housewife? And if so, that is perfectly fine and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But some women are not happy being a housewife. Some women have felt like they were placed in this position because that's where their husbands feel like they should be. That's what their mother was. That's what their grandmother was. And that's what I'm supposed to be. But they're really not happy because on the inside of them, they have these dreams and these goals that they want to accomplish and to succeed at. And so I say, if that's you, whether you're feeling like you're stuck in a position of being a housewife or feeling like you're stuck in a career that's not fulfilling to you, whatever position it is that you're stuck in, but it's not fulfilling your calling on your life and you know that it's not, then I say get up and get out and do something about it. That doesn't mean stop being a good wife. That doesn't mean stop being a great mother. That doesn't mean stop being the woman who takes care of a home. It doesn't mean any of that. It doesn't even stop being that great CEO that you are. of the company that you're a part of. But if there are some other dreams and aspirations that you can incorporate into your life and into your lifestyle, do that. Now, if you have to relinquish being, a CEO of a company, or working for a particular entity to get to your own personal goals, do that. But you can't relinquish being a wife or a mother. Because I am not encouraging that at all. But I do feel like, is there more to being a housewife? Can you do something in conjunction too? Absolutely. Absolutely. And what you think of yourself matters. So, even if you have to do daily affirmations, I believe that was mentioned in there somewhere else. Even if you have to do daily affirmations, I am all that and then some. I am a child of God. I am a wonderful mother. I am a wonderful daughter. I am a wonderful teacher. I am the best that I can be. Whatever affirmations you have to do, I am healthy, heart, mind, body, and soul. Whatever affirmations you have to do every day to build yourself up, lift yourself up, get through the day, do that. There's nothing wrong with it. Our words are powerful. Our words have the power. They're powerful. Our words can build up. Our words can tear down. Our words have life in them. Literally. The word of the Lord tells us there's power in our tongue. The word of the Lord tells us there's life and death in our tongue. So speak life into your life. Speak life into all of your situations and all of your circumstances. And don't allow for yourself or anyone else, for that matter, to speak on you in such a way that pulls you down or tears you down, or that you begin to believe the negative. Don't believe the negative. Find the positive, find the real, and feed off of that and live off of that, right? I talked about, are you allowing television, the big screen, and social media to define you? That may be a false definition of yourself if you are. Yeah, I gotta drink my coffee in real life. But regardless of the weight that I've put on, there's no one on social media. There's no one on the big screen. There's no one, what are those shows, reality TV shows, that I want to mimic or be like. I love me, and I love me just as I am. And I certainly do not want any body transformations that I cannot create on my own by walking, exercising, dancing, doing squats, whatever that looks like. I don't want my body modified, with implants here and stuff tucked there and things taken there. And for some people that works. Let me not knock what works for some people. But if you find yourself, feeling down about yourself because you don't have a certain image that you feel like these women on TV have, if you're feeling down about yourself because you feel like you don't have a certain look that you feel like is the look based off of social media, reality TV, the big screen, etc., then I'm going to say that that's a false thought about yourself, a false image of yourself, because you better know that you know that you're beautiful. And that's on period. That's on what they say, Mary had a little lamb. You were never designed to be like someone else. You were never designed to look like someone else. You were never designed to have the personality of someone else. You were simply designed just to be you. You were simply designed just to be who God said that you are. That's who you need to get to know. That's who you need to get in touch with. Who does God say I am? How did God design me? Am I looking at myself in the same image that He is looking at me in? Because man, oh man, if we could stop and just pause every day, literally, in our quiet time, in our one-on-one time with our Father, and just pause and just reflect on who He is, and then realize I'm made in His image. And so who I am, that's perfect, right? And not saying that we don't have some flaws that we need to tweak and twerk, and not saying that there's not things that we can't work on. But as we do tweak and twerk our flaws, and as we do work on ourselves, we need to work on ourselves through His Word, through our reflections of meditating on who we are in Him, and fixing ourselves that way. And again, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me too, and it was a word for me first. Your girl got some flaws. Your girl's not perfect. And do I ever expect to be perfect before I leave this world? No, I don't. Because at the moment I meet perfection, that's at the moment that I'm caught up. When I done made it through that crack in that sky, when the trumpet done blew for me, right? That's at the moment that I am perfected. But as long as I'm running this race and I'm making a B plus, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And no, I'm not mediocre. And no, I'm not saying to you to be mediocre. I'm just saying be the very, very best that you can be, and know who you are in Him. I also read on here, I also wrote, these are my words, I wrote this out. Find your true self and get to know you, then give you to the world. Sometimes, again, we're out here trying to be something and somebody that we're not. And don't really even know who we are. And we keep presenting this false person, this false self to the world, and then we have these regrets, and we're like, man, why did I say that? Man, why did I do that? Man, why did I act like that? You know, so stop coming home in the evening with regrets about what you said that you should not have said. Stop coming home with regrets with the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and get to really know you. And then give that you to the world, the real you that does not have regrets, the real you that's not coming home like, man, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. The real you that ain't messed up about what other people are thinking about you. Seriously, because I ain't. I love me some me, imperfections and all. I love me some me, and I love me some me. And that's what I want for you. I want you to love you some you. I want you to know who you are, whose you are, the goods, the bads, the ups, the downs, all of that. Get to know that person and be in love with that person. Fine tune that person. And I have hills and valleys, and sometimes I'm up and sometimes I'm down. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like I'm in a good place with myself. I know myself well enough to know when I want to just get some fresh air. And I know myself well enough when I need that fresh air. On Saturdays, I have, on Saturdays, I make sure that I'm resting. That is truly my Sabbath. I rest. Today is Saturday. I've been resting all day. I've been in the bed. I've been watching movies. But I wanted to get up. I wanted to get freshened up. I did want to come and talk to you all because I have not done that in a while. I'm going to do some reading when I am done with this video and get into my word. But all that's for me, right? All that is, rest is good. We have to rest after we've worked, after we've served. Rest is necessary. It just is. But we can't always just be about work and serving others. You have to be able to do things for yourself that recharge you, and not necessarily just rest, because I'm going to be real with you. Yesterday, on my way home from work, I was like, okay, I'm not sure I just want to just go home and do nothing. I wasn't feeling that. Got my grandchildren situated, helped my daughter with them to get them to where they needed to go, to their uncles. And again, most oftentimes, if I'm not at work, if I'm not with my family, things like that, I'm in the house. And yesterday I was like, I don't want to be in the house. So I called my girlfriend and I was like, hey, I want to find somewhere to go listen to some live music, or just listen to some music and get some good food. And so we were like, okay, where are we going to go? What we going to do? And so I said, just get dressed and get over to the house. And so she got dressed and got to the house. I got dressed, freshened up, bought me a new blouse. Yes, I did. And we ended up going to a place called Retro's here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I don't mind shouting out businesses. I don't mind shouting out places. And I ain't ashamed that I went to Retro's. It is a club, but we went fairly early. They do serve food. And so we got to listen to some music and we got to eat some good food. I don't know who cooks that chicken at Retro's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but y'all know that saying, tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama. Let me find out who cooked that chicken, because I'm going to slap they mama. I ain't going to slap mine, but I might slap they mama because their chicken was good. And who is going back for some more of that chicken one of these days? It's me. It's me. But my point is, be happy. Be happy with you. Be happy with who you are and be your true self. I got out. I got to listen to music. I did dance a little bit. And I got some good food. We were back home before it got too late. We left. You know, as it gets later, people start to come in and it gets a little bit more crowded, a little louder. So, okay, that was my cue to get up and get out. And that's just my own level of comfort. So you have to do whatever your own level of comfort is for you. But again, this is about, who do you see when you look in the mirror? Who do you think that you are? Are you living in your truth? Are you walking in your truth, such as it is? Or are you trying to live a life that you feel like the world wants you to live, that you feel like your mama wants you to live, that you feel like your spouse wants you to live, or your children, or your church? Like, are you being your true self? You know, is who you are lined up with what your calling is? Because I do believe that many of us know and understand that we have a calling on our life. And I do believe that many of us can feel that calling and are tugging on our life, but for whatever reasons, we don't always walk them out. We don't always live in our truth. And if you're not living in your truth today, if you're not walking in your calling, do something about it. Just do something about it. Live in your truth. Walk in your calling. Because when I say I am living in my truth and I am walking in my calling, I am. Now, are there some more things that I am called to do other than what I'm doing, or that I need to hone in on and do better at? Yes, I need to do better at Coffee with Charlie. I've kind of fell off and fell back with Coffee with Charlie, and I should be doing this way more often than what I'm doing it. I should be going either live on my Coffee with Charlie page on Facebook, or making way more videos to post on YouTube, and I'm not. But I know that I should be, and I need to come up out of, believe it or not, your girl has a shell. And I need to continue to crack that shell and get more and more comfortable with coming out of it, to make these videos and to post them and to go live and things like that. And I even have a few people set up that I'm supposed to be doing videos with, just like that very first video that's uploaded on my YouTube channel. But anyway, I don't want to start rambling and getting off track. So I got the word out there. I said what I came to say. I've done what I've come to do. I think we get the point. I don't necessarily have to go back through everything that I read. You can go back and listen to it. But there is one part that I said, if you can think it, you can be it, manifest it. Trust and believe. I have put some things out in the atmosphere and I have seen them manifest. Again, our words are powerful. What we say is powerful. There is life in your tongue. Use it to your advantage. Speak life into your life. Speak life into your loved ones. All right? You all be blessed. Have a blessed night. And hey, I'll catch you again on Coffee with Charlie. And go on and go get you a good cup of coffee. Okay? Okay.